The young man, having just gone tide pooling for the first time, easily caught 2 crabs with a single swipe. Others spent half a day catching nothing, while he returned with a full load in just a moment. The villagers thought he was just lucky, but in reality, it was all thanks to his wife with heterochromia. It turned out that the young man had just been reborn 40 years ago, and the village chief had introduced him to a girl as a wife. Because the girl had a single blue eye, the villagers believed it would bring disaster to everyone, so no one wanted to marry her. The village chief even said that if the young man didn't want her, he would have to marry her to an old bachelor who had already married 3 wives. Upon hearing this, the young man was instantly anxious, wondering how such a beautiful girl could marry an old bachelor. Seeing this beautiful wife, given away for free, the young man didn't care about the bad luck factor. He immediately promised the village chief that he would take good care of the girl. Hearing this, the village chief left with peace of mind. The young man would reach the pinnacle of his life because of this choice. The girl's blue eyes had a special ability. She could see things that others couldn't. Suddenly, the girl's stomach growled. Witnessing this, the young man hurried to the shore to start tide pooling, intending to catch some seafood for the girl. But as he was about to start, he was surprised to discover he could see the seafood in the water. With a simple touch, he caught 2 red crabs, which immediately filled the young man with joy. Then, he noticed a golden glow beneath a rock in the distance. When he lifted the rock, he discovered a large, wild octopus beneath. He hadn't expected such good luck on his first tide pooling trip. He thought it would be even better if he could catch a few scorpion fish. Suddenly, he saw another rock gleaming golden. Lifting it up, he saw 2 scorpion fish underneath. The young man was ecstatic. He immediately took the seafood to the dock market. An old woman thought he had just caught some clams to sell. But when Mr. Du saw the contents of the basket, his jaw dropped. It was filled with valuable scorpion fish and red crabs. He readily offered the young man a high price of $2 per pound. The young man, having made a profit, immediately bought a piece of pork belly and took it home. He then prepared a table full of delicious dishes for the girl. It was the first time in her life that the girl had ever had such a sumptuous lunch. She ate the crab legs and shed tears. The young man comforted her, saying that such days would become more common. The next morning, the young man was woken by 2 homies. Seeing his 2 best homies from his previous life, the young man decided to make a fortune with them in this life. They had come not only to give him a wedding gift, but also to take him with them to learn how to plant earth dragons. These were excellent for strengthening bones and muscles, and even money couldn't buy them. Upon hearing this, the young man immediately accepted their invitation. They then went to the beach as a group to plant earth dragons. This scene startled Feng Shishu, a villager who was planting earthenware baskets. Upon learning that the young man and his homies were there, the uncle immediately. He laughed at the young man, saying they couldn't even catch loaches. He then threatened that if the young man earned more than him today, he would give him the mud dragon in his basket. Hearing this, the girl immediately agreed. She then scanned the sea with her special eyes. Spotting a golden glow, she immediately told the young man to run over. When he caught it, he realized it was a golden crab. The 2 homies were thrilled, saying that if the uncle didn't work harder, he'd lose. Hearing this, the uncle thought the young man was just lucky, but the young man's next move stunned him. With the help of the girl's special eyes, the young man not only caught a basket full of seafood, but even a simple tool made from a clothes hanger was enough to hoist a large pile of fish. Seeing this, the uncle was instantly impressed. The next day, the young man took the seafood he had caught the previous night to sell for money. Homie wanted to take him back to the beach to fish, but the young man said that he wouldn't make much money staying at the beach. They should try to catch bigger fish offshore. Upon hearing this, Homie immediately went to the dock to rent a boat. However, the fisherman nearby mocked the young man, calling him an idiot. The weather forecast said there would be a typhoon today, and if he went out to sea now, he would surely die. But only the young man realized that the forecast in his previous life was inaccurate. Those who had taken the risk and gone out to sea had all returned with a full haul. So, he didn't want to bother with the fisherman. Then, a girl arrived at the dock and offered to go with him, but he was still worried and told her to go home and wait for him. She obeyed without getting angry. Once the young man and his companions boarded the boat, the girl's eyes immediately opened, instantly attracting countless fish. However, as the young man reached the center of the sea, he spotted a school of cucumber fish swimming toward them. He immediately cast out a fishing net. With a single stroke, he scooped up a sea of exquisite cucumber fish, much to their delight. But when he cast out a second net, he couldn't pull it in. At first, Homie thought the young man was joking, but when they saw him struggling, they realized they had landed a big fish. With all their might, the 3 of them finally pulled the fish up. Seeing the fish before them, they were overjoyed.